Zoom, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Let's Play Darkest Dungeon, the Crimson Court, where before I start anything I'm going to apologize in advance for the ambient noise level. It is raining really hard where I am, and that makes everything in Sydney get noisy as heck. With that all said and that all done, we're going to be bringing out a level up party, focusing on DH Dragon as well as Pouchot, the man-at-arms, to try and pop these guys to 4s and 5s if we can. Again, we do want to be completing the... where is it? Yes, the caretaker goals, with one of the important ones for me being leveling up one of every single class up level 6, just to have that little bit of completionism done and dusted before I get into the darkest dungeon and suffer what may come. We've picked a mission in the Weald just to give us a pretty decent chance at getting things done without too much stress and too much loss of life. Again, just a medium, 90% of rooms, and some crests, which I want. Another option there for a veteran map is to go for a long map in the Cove, but the boss is already unlocked. I don't need to progress things there, and I'd rather get crests than portraits right now for my district objectives. Again, need a heck of a lot more crests for us to get things done. Not even going to think about starting in that courtyard map again with the Countess, not with these guys. No, sorry, Bob. Just do a quick double check to make sure I've... Yep, these guys are all rocking the right trinkets. Let's provision up and get in there. Now, given that it's going to be the Weald, we can bring a good selection of everything. Let's take 2 medicinal herbs, 2 skeleton keys. Whoops, probably... Oh yeah, let's 3 shovels because we have the grave robber in place, and we'll get more of that. Holy water, and what am I missing? Bandages can come in useful. I'm not sure. Warren's bandages do have a use for, the Weald. Yeah, bandages have a use for the Eerie Spiderweb and the Mummified Remains, so we'll bring 2 of those along as well. In the meantime, stack of torches and 4 just to be safe, stack of food and 4 just to be safe. No one is rocking the curse because we've just killed off the Viscount, and it wasn't that fun. So yeah, let's do a quick shuffle around and load up and get in there. While things are loading, I will say, as always, thank you guys very much for stopping by and watching these videos. I have a great time making them. I hope you have a good time watching them. If you do, give me a like. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as well to get new videos every single day. And yeah, a lot more work yet to be done. I probably could already be getting into the first Darkest Dungeon level, but I just want to have more bosses taken care of.
Now they are as twisted as my own ambitions.
Now, we need to explore 90% of rooms, which means, look, I don't mind taking down this little fork. It's only a short walk. Might be under... Well, this is a really long medium. Excuse me there. But that's okay. We'll press on and take a very early... Yep, corridor battle. Only 2 conscripts and a Nasher. And with the Ancestor's Lantern, we get surprise on these guys as well, which is just freaking awesome. Might be able to get an early kill on this Nasher. 6 damage taken. It's not going to be enough, even with that 4 bleed in place. So let's finish him off with a pick to the face. Done, and done. He's dead in his next action, which is fine by me. My torchlight is slightly reduced, so I will drop a dazzling light on one of these conscripts to top that up nicely and get a stun to boot. And let's keep things going with a Crush or a Rampart. Crush has a chance for an insta-kill. Rampart has a very good chance to deny them a turn, so I'll do that instead. Again, just to make sure that I keep the initiative quite healthily. Nasher's gone. Conscript is... Yep, and the initiative is still mine. Pick to the face. 1 goes down very handily. Gesture is good for absolutely nothing, so we'll just take the turn to remove 6 hull stress from the Vestal. That's fine by me, and I've got a strong feeling this is going to be the end of things. Not quite. 3 HP left. Probably won't get an action in, but no, Bump the Night goes down. It's dodged because of that camouflage cloak, which is just freaking awesome, and combat is taken care of. Good stack of gold then, or the gold is particularly important to us. We are now all about the heirlooms, but we'll keep our inventory open and yeah, use our grave robber for looting. Great crests and busts. Both of those are very useful for me at the moment. And at the doorway, we will torch up, get in, and see what we have to see. It's an empty room from memory. Yes, it is. And we do get scouting in. What do we have to see for ourselves? Oh my gosh, okay, so 1 obstacle. We don't know what's behind that door, but we have the shovels to spare, so we will take it on and take it out. Let's see what's in that sack. Well, its contents are mine. What do you contain? Alright, more crests. That's absolutely fine by me. I need a hell of a lot of crests to get some more districts. There are a lot of them. It is really busts for the sanitarium upgrades, which I'm quite a way behind on compared to where I normally am, because I've spent a lot of busts on other things like the bank. And apologies for that background noise there. That is my washing machine going to spin cycle. Sincere apologies there. You know, that's an empty room. There's nothing in it for me there, and it just means I have to complete one more room somewhere else. I'm going to skip this side passage and just press on regardless. Yep, that works fine for me. No traps spotted as yet, so we'll just keep our inventory open in case we have to do any interrupts, and make sure we stay in deeds. Make sure we stay in radiant light. So as I was saying, oh, ectoplasm, enchantress, and surprised. That's just fine by me. Chance to bleed is very low on the ectoplasm, pretty good on the enchantress. Let's get a slice off going right here. 5 damage taken, not amazing, but not too bad. 4 damage in bleed coming through in the subsequent turns. Can probably finish her off, which wouldn't be a bad call. Chance to stun that ectoplasm is non-existent. Boom! Critical hit. Nicely done. Mr. Man-at-Arms DH Dragon is going to be taking his first strike on something. I can increase my accuracy. I could reduce bleed resist. That's actually not a bad thing to do, and this guy always... What's the damage range? It's pretty poor, but if I can get some bleeds going in this chap, that's going to be worthwhile. Alternatively, I can just pick to the face, increase chance for crit, slightly more damage. Let's reduce his bleed resist. That's actually not a bad call. Yep. And now he's very much willing subject to my cruel ministrations. Very little chance that stun actually working, but we'll do it regardless, just on the off chance it does, because when it works, it's worth it. Yep, no, it's fine. Get the torch for it regardless. Psychokinesis goes down, and it's 4 damage taken. Not too concerning, just a fresh ectoplasm for us to worry about. We can deal with that. We can deal with that quite handily, to be honest. Let's keep debuffing his bleed resist if we can. 7 damage taken this time, which is a much better spread. And he's got, like, well, only, yeah, that's fine. Alright, slice off, goes down, crit for 9, nicely done, and a bleed to boot. That's a pleasant surprise. Crush goes down on this ectoplasm. Not quite enough for the kill, unfortunately, but we will be able to finish him off handily regardless, and these guys are back to basics. Nice. Ectoplasm again, slime smack. 3 and 5, nothing to be concerned about inordinately, no stun certainly, and that's the key thing. Slice off goes down once again, 5 damage taken, and no additional bleed, unfortunately. Let's switch ourselves up to a pick to the face, 9 damage taken, and that's not too shabby. And yeah, I could drop a heal here if I wanted to, but no, I'll drop a party heal. Falls all round, not too shabby. Topped off nicely on the Grave Robber, and the Man-at-Arms is tanky enough not to worry. Slime Smack goes down, 3 and 3 once again, and no stuns taken, which is just fine by me. Let's take him out. Done. Beautiful critical hit there. Very nice. And, you know, a reasonable selection of treasures. Not too worried about stuff. Again, gold is not the priority for me at all. So that's completely fine. Could consider throwing something out, but not going to at this stage. Not for the money. The money's not worth it to me at this stage anymore, because once you have more than about 50k, it's just moot. It's just moot. It's all about the trinkets. It's all about the heirlooms. It's all about what you can do with it. Okay, giant battery crone. We have the element of surprise once again, which is absolutely fabulous. His bleed resist is low. His bleed resist is low. And I think I'll do a chain bleed to start things off rather than party buff. 4 and 4, not too shabby, and bleeds go down across the board. It's flashing daggers as well, just to keep those things going there. 12 hit points left on the fungal battery. Could try and get a stun in on... Yeah, it's actually a bad call, just to defer action for a turn. Nice. Okay, 9 HP left, and he'll be dead in a couple of turns, but not quite yet. Could try and take him out right now, but I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to activate a riposte. 2 damage taken, and yep, I'm marked. Feel free to attack me by preference. Curse of Vulnerability in the back rows, and it's a double dodge. Oh, that's fantastic. Good dodging. Good dodging. Alright, bleeds go down, and Confusion Spores drop. Everybody dodges, and we get a riposte back. That's fantastic as a round. Flashing daggers once again. Let's get that chain attack going. 5 and 7, and this battery is dead in its first action, which is just fine by me. It means I can focus on bleeding down the giant. Critical for 13, which is absolutely dandy. 7 damage coming through in bleeds as well. Bit of stress on the Jester, and we're in dim light now, which is potentially problematic. So let's try and stun out the giant just to boost us back into Radiant. Yep, and the stun even takes, which is fantastic. Crone's now in reach for our Man-at-Arms to do some damage to her, but it's not going to be enough to get a kill. No, it's not. 13 HP, down to 6 left. That's completely fine. Giant has his action in the next turn, and is still taking bleeds, which is fine by me. Let's chain bleed again. Crone is done and dusted. Stress goes down on the Jester, and everything is looking dandy. Time for a pick to the face. 11 damage and only 27 HP left. No chance for a stun to actually work in this instance, so what we're probably going to do is drop a party heal, just gives us the best spread of healing, 3 and 3. Not amazing, not horrible either, and Crush goes down, just so we say that we can. And yeah, 10 bleed damage coming through. That giant's dead in his next action, I think. Not quite. Oh, 22 damage! That is nasty. Well, at least my Vestal knows what she has to do in the next round. Not too worried about stress. Let's, okay, this might be the kill. Yeah, it is. It is. That's fine. That is fine. Alright, busts are more valuable to me than emeralds. Just having a quick think. What do I use? It's only on Beast Carcass, I don't really need it. Let's drop the medicinal herbs for the moment. Let's use a key here. And oh, that was sweet. Okay, let's let's drop the gold. And let's drop the gold. That's fine by me. It might seem blasphemous to throw out. Oh no, let's get rid of these bandages. How about that? How about that? Let's get rid of these bandages. Done. Alright. So pretty good progress. Pretty good progress. Concerned about the health situation ever so slightly. Might have just a mini nosh there on the man at arms. And let's press on. Torches are obviously pertinent. Sadly I threw out my my bandages a few moments ago, but what is your blight and disease resist? Let's have a look through. 80-30, 70-30, 60-30, 80-20, 80-30 is my best chance. Let's take that chance. And we become diseased, but we resist. That's exactly why you check your resistances first. We are in Radiant, we have 2 conscripts, an ectoplasm, and the benefit of surprise to aid us. Let's pick to the face that ectoplasm and take it out fast before it can spawn up more annoying pawns. Great insta-kill. Great insta-kill from the Grave Robber. Let's follow things up with probably a slice off just the damage. Yeah, why not? Oh! Beautiful critical hit there. Beautiful critical hit there. That's absolutely dandy. And, you know, let's just go for a stun on this conscript because we want to have a few turns to faff and heal up because, you know, why not? Heal for 10, none too shabby. They're at all 48 HP out of 59. And that conscript is back in action. I may as well just take him out of the stage. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. The gold is of no consequence. We will use up 1 torch, freeing up a slot there. And we are still looking fine. No scout this time around, unfortunately, so we'll make sure that we keep our infantry open and our eyes peeled. Ready to take... Oh, it's a trap! It's a trap, and it's a blight and stress, and that is a minor problem. But not a major problem by any measure. We're going to probably, again, take the chance with the Grave Robber on the eerie spiderweb. Covered in sticky goo. What is it going to do? Oh, no! Okay, I'm going to have to deal with that slow draw. Shouldn't be taking chances, especially when treasure really isn't an object. And I just foolishly wasted a torch. Giant, Nasher, and a Crone, and we have surprise in these guys as well, which is absolutely fine by me. Let's get a Flashing Daggers started just to... Well, actually, the Knight doesn't need it. Let's focus on the Crone for the moment. And unfortunately, she is a dodgy old lady. Can't be done. Nothing to do there. That's fine. 6 and 4 damage from the chain bleed, and the bleeds do take as well. Let's finish off that Nasher if we can, and he's dead in his first action, which is fine by me. And I think let's try and let's drop Judgment on the Crone. That's fine by me. 14 damage taken, 5 HP left. And it's the giant that we're going to have to worry about. Poison spores go down, but they're dodged because we're just too fancy. Curse of Vulnerability, and another dodge because that camouflage cloak does the business. It does the business oh so very well. And let's get a chain bleed going to try and take that Crone down. 4 and 4, and the bleed does take, so she is dead in her next action, which is just fine by me. Let's crit 13.5. Yes, there we go. 21 damage. Nicely done. Probably take a chance to stun out the giant, but we will use this reprieve to heal up the man at arms fully in case he does get a strike to the face. Tree branch smacked down, 19 damage. That was the wisdom of that heal right there. No move, fortunately, which is fine by me. Gonna take a chance to stun out this giant. 7 damage taken, and stun is in effect, which again gives us back the initiative. In the Jester's turn, we will de-stress him ever so slightly because I am feeling a bit cocky, which could lead it to my, you know, sudden and unfortunate demise. Crit for 21, nicely done there, and 34 hit points left. Let's keep healing up the man-at-arms, up by 11. Still not perfect, but getting there slowly, and that giant will be coming off stun. Now, turns reset, and it's time for us to start doing some meaningful damage. Smack for 12, 16 hit points left, keep it going. Smack for 10, 6 hit points left, and I think this is going to be it. Done. Nicely done. That agility talent isn't horrible, but I'm probably not going to use it because I have better items for bounty hunters. Let's just pick up the gold instead for the moment and make our decision as to what to do with it. Vis-a-vis throwing it out. Oh yeah, no, it's definitely heirloom time again. So despite the promise of glittering treasure, we will be picking up the crests and the busts again. Gold is nice, but for the moment, yeah, everything else is more valuable. Let's do a quick shuffle around just to make sure that we're organized and neat and stuff. I get a bit fussy with my inventory. That's going to be a pretty good haul of items for everything that we need. Could throw out the holy water, and in fact I think I will, just to be able to recoup some of the costs from this little adventure. Right, let's take that gold there, and you know what? How far through the dungeon are we? We've got a ways to go. I'm not going to throw out the firewood just on a whim at this stage. Want to keep one key in case I happen to spot a secret room. My chances of actually doing that are not too shabby, to be honest. One cure coming up, and it is a free torch, which we can probably use immediately. Well, we'll wait a moment. Do a quick check to see who has the best chances. So I'm 100%, 90%. Yeah, okay. On you go, Grave Robber. On you go, DH Dragon. Nicely done. And let us press on. Just as we're talking about character names, if you want to have a character named after you, feel free to just let me know. Just tell me what you want your name to be and the class in question, and I will make the thing happen for you, and I will do my earnest most to keep you alive. I can't keep that promise, naturally. RNGesus, sometimes he smiles and sometimes he laughs. Got no ability to control him. But I'll do my best to keep you alive. Sarah will let you know exactly how much that promise is worth. Sorry, Sarah. Again. And let's press on. Empty room and a obstacle in the corridor, but not much else to worry about, which means we're progressing fine. Let's use that shovel. 2 left. No worries there at all. And keep ourselves in radiant to make sure we get our elevated dodges and other things working through on trinkets nicely. Scouting does come through. Curio, corridor battle, and an empty. And there is not much longer left in this dungeon. I'll probably take the chance to camp in the next room just because. Just to free up the space in the inventory and give myself every opportunity to, well, you know, take home loot. I'll use the holy water and I can just take everything else. That's fine. And corridor battle coming up. Should be in radiant still. Yes, we are. Just 2 ectoplasms. Things are just too easy, especially when I get a surprise. Alright. Crush goes down. 1 HP left, and that is regrettable but acceptable. Let's, again, just finish that chappy off now, and we'll have to rely on the Vestal and the Grave Robber, who is unfortunately now slow drawn, to finish things off for us. Pick to the face, job's done. They didn't even get an action, which is fine by me. These guys don't need to have a move. They do not need to have a move at all. Alright, like we have, our health is fine, our stress is fine, we don't need to worry about really anything. Let's just empty our inventory for the sake of it, maybe get ourselves some nice buffs to have. That's a full meal. We will try and avoid surprise if we can. Yep, prevents night ambush, that's fine. No one's really rocking enough stress to justify anything there, so what we will do is look for buffs. All companions, extra damage and extra crit. Don't mind if I do. How many points do we have left for? Okay. Produces a random supply item. Nope, don't care. Remove disease. Remove disease. Ooh, anyone rocking a disease? I don't believe that anyone is, actually. Nope, no diseases. That's fine. Let's... Ooh. Elevated protection is attractive, but I would rather have better accuracy and dodge on the Grave Robber just to make sure that she doesn't take any strikes. And yeah, let's Okay, blood. Fine. Good. We can make a decision about that very shortly. We will need 1 shovel left.
Clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
We'll need 1 shovel. Not going to take a chance on that carcass because we just don't need the food, and the chance for gold is poor, to say the least. We will disarm the trap with the grave robber. Yep, done and Dunsky. Let us press on honorably and venerably. This should be the last room we need to take, I think. Might be the one after it. Let's just see what's in the sack, clear this obstacle, and see what we have in store for ourselves. Yep, shovel be gone. Nicely done. Look at all of these heirlooms. We've had a... This is taking so long. Okay, bit of a glitch there, no problem. Bloodletter, Cutthroat, and a Fusilier. No surprise, but that is no problem. We can get things going with a Chain Bleed, I believe. Alternatively, I can try and focus on just the Cutthroat. Let's get a Chain Bleed going. Maximize our damage potential. Done. Let's focus down on that Cutthroat now. 10 damage, and the Cutthroat is dead in his first action. Blanket Fire goes down, and everybody dodges. It's nice when everybody dodges. Chance to stun is limited on the Bloodletter, but let's Fusilier, I think. 17 damage, insta-kill. Beautiful work. Beautiful work there, and with the Grave Robber, I think it's going to be... no marks. Pick to the face. 7 damage. Not amazing, but we will... You know, they only have 1 action for every other turn. It's fine by me. Point blank shot. That's fine. 21 damage and a critical as well, and the move takes, and stress spreads. But we're doing just fine. We are doing just fine. Let's slice off on the Bloodletter, and that's ironic. You know, let's let the blood of the Bloodletter pick to the face. Once again, 10 damage taken, and we will focus a heal on. Oh, beautiful crit there. Beautiful crit there on the Man at Arms. Could just try and do some straightforward damage. Could try and stun him. I think I'm going to stun him just for the sake of it. Not going to take, unfortunately, but it's worth trying regardless. 7 bleed taken and point blank shot once again. Dodge this time, fortunately, so there's no consequence to our life, liberty, or pursuit of happiness. And that's round. Nice. Oh, more crests. That's beautiful.
That overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Let's see what we have in Scout. Yep, nothing that requires a shovel, so we'll pick up that gold now. Also swap out that citrine for the onyx, just to give us a better loot yield. Gonna continue adventuring briefly because we've got the torches and we've got the means. There's 1 curio we haven't actually looked at yet down 1 corridor, and that's given you a positive quirk, which is fine. 1 negative quirk, 1 positive quirk. We can live with that. And then finally we have a... Yeah, look, let's just get out of here and not take a chance. Done. That's been a fairly effective mission. Looking at my stopwatch here, it looks like we're about 23 minutes.
Paths and roads bring soldiers and supplies. Let them arrive unharried.
Alright, so holes aren't too shabby. We've managed to pick up 12k in gold, which does more than recoup our cost. What we have done in this adventure is pick up like 48 crests, 12 deeds, 2 portraits, and 15 busts, all of which will be very happily used. Have some levels popping up as well. Pouchot is now a 5 with hemophilia as a disease. DH Dragon has picked up Warrior of Light, which is sweet for my playstyle, as well as Tapeworm. Again, Slow Draw is something I'm probably going to cure if I can. Ponchodon is a level 5 now as well, which gives me no gestures on the low levels, unfortunately. And Tanel is now level 4, which is, again, fine by me. Let's see what the hamlet, I should say, has in store for us. Should be more than a few moments while things load. Please to load Hamlet. Wow, game's being
Once, our estate was the envy of this land.
Okay, that's all you have to say. Once it was the envy of this land, no problem. So Nico has gotten rid of all of his stress with flagellation, which is good because he had exactly 100 stress. Bosk is down by 56, and he's looking better. Benel, 67, gone away, so again he is within the spectrum of not madness. Calder is no longer a tippler, and Murdak is a bit more humble now, rather than being an egomaniac. We have quite a few things to do, and given the fact we're only 25 minutes into the play, we will actually do everything off camera that we will do off camera. First things first, we will choose... first things first, we'll upgrade the guys who've gotten upgrades. So Pouchot is a 5, so we will give him his weapons and armor. We'll also look at upgrading his abilities. This is going to cost me quite a bit of cash, but it should be worth it. Again, I use Retribution, and I don't often use Bolster, but I'll upgrade that. What do you have equipped? Yeah, Bolster. Let's stick with that for the moment. The Guard ability is really good as well. We may as well spend the money because we've got it. We've got it. We've got it. We've got it. We may as well spend it. Next up, we have the Jester that popped, so let's just find Ponchodon. Great, you are now stronger and more mighty. There are upgrades are coming for you as well. Let's get those bought and paid for. And then beyond that, we had Tinel, who has no upgrades. We'll just make sure as well that we haven't missed anything with DH Dragon. No, we've not. Everything is fully upgraded there. So the next thing for us to do as we consider our options is look at the Stagecoach, and there is nothing there that I really want. Not going to spend any deeds at this stage on upgrades because my roster is going to be full until I go into the Darkest Dungeon, which is fine. Next thing up is to do a quick check of where we might go in our next quest to try and plan out who we need to bring, which means... So, let me do that in actual human English again. The next step for me is to choose which mission I'm going to go on next, so I can decide who isn't required, so I can put people into the sanitarium. So again, short map, not too concerned. We do have a hag which we can kill, which is attractive for me. That Coven Signet isn't really amazing for me. The crests, though, are quite attractive, though we have the same number of crests from killing the Beguiling Siren, and she is a fun one to kill because she's both relatively easy to take down. I say that, I'm probably going to get smacked around when I do, but also she has some abilities which I quite like. I was watching a Twitch streamer, Luca. Luca's great, Luca's fun. Every single time that the Beguiling Siren attacks her, she says, "Damn it, bitch tits," and seeing a young Floridian girl say "damn it, bitch tits" over and over again is quite tickly. For me, at least. Looking at the veteran maps, rewards are amazing. Silence in the Crypts, that's fine. Restraining Padlock, do I have one? Do I have one? Restraining Padlock. I do not have one, so that's kind of attractive for a veteran mission, but looking at who we have, got a Leper, Grave Robber, and a Vestal, as well as a Plague Doctor. We could actually run a pretty good party on veteran, but I think the next stop for us is going to be taking out the Beguiling Siren, which means we'll be bringing along a Vestal. That goes for certain. We'll probably bring along a Highwayman just for riposte and point blank shot, and I'll probably bring a Flagellant as well. I think Nico's overdue for an outing. But I might look at some other classes and characters to get levels up. I do want to bring along an Arbalist just to get someone up to level 6 if we can. And I think that's going to be the call. That's going to be the call. So now that I've decided what I'm going to do, I can very, very safely clean up and level up the guys I have, which have picked up some negative quirks in the veteran side of things. First things first, let's focus on DH Dragon, who has slow draw. That is annoying as hell, and I want to take care of it. As much as Tapeworm is a factor, slow draw is awful. Slow draw is just awful. Let's cure that right away. Not quite enough busts yet to get the final unlocked patient cell, which is fine by me. Harriet has resolution, which isn't really too crippling. I can disregard that. Ponchodon's Fengophobia. Yeah, Fengophobia is quite bad. And I don't need Ponchodon in this next combat, strictly speaking. The other option is looking at Tinel, who has less stress healed. That is a bit of a pain in the butt. Let's get rid of less stress healed. Yep. Done. Alright, that's cleaned up. Next step is to check who has diseases that I can cure. Pouchot has hemophilia, so I can take care of that. And again, no one currently has a curse because we've cured everyone for the moment, so we don't have to worry about any issues there. And that's everything that I can do in the sanitarium. Stress is not a factor, so that is all fine. Let's choose our party for the next mission. Bark. Okay, we're taking out the Beguiling Siren. I will use, I think, I will equip things so we have a level 3. I'm not sure if Mark is going to be that useful. Bola could be pretty handy. Let's take Bohun, because he's just slightly higher in total XP. I'll probably equip him with, yep, Sniper Shot Mark, Blind Fire is fine, and Bandage is fine. That's fine. Fine. We will grab a healer of some description, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be a yeah, Komen I think is going to be the one for us. Again, Abyssal Artillery, Mark, yeah, Demon's Pool. Let's swap out Demon's Pool for. No, Demon's Pool is fine actually in this mix. I can do the damage debuff, and in fact, what I might just do as well is make sure that that ability is upgraded fully. Komen, yep, you get your upgrade. That's fine. Down to 36 gold. I've spent a lot of money. I was at like 65 at the start of this, and I've just hemorrhaged cash, but that's fine. Again, so we have a strong healer, a weak healer. We're going to probably take along. I'd like to take along a Highwayman. I would like to take along a Highwayman. And I love to take along Dismiss. Dismiss is awesome. I'm not going to worry about Insanity Send for the moment. I might actually just take out either Nico or Colder. So again, Colder is going to have pretty good heals, pretty good strikes. If we get shuffled, we're kind of fine. Smite's good for everything. And then we have one person that can deal with stress. So we need to have a stress healer. That's the best complement to not having a Jester along. Crusaders are actually pretty good for that. And let's just choose our trinkets really quickly. So got some decent things for Crusaders. Again, extra stress healed and extra, yeah, that's great given the party composition. And I'll come back to what I give you next. We will give you the Corrosions Charm just to max out your healing chances. Not going to take Junior's Head this time. I'll just unequip everything and do that again. Sort. There we go. So I'm not going to give you Junior's Head this time. What I might want to do though is amp out your dodge. But we will probably do that with a Camouflage Cloak. Done. So your dodge is 45. Need to up the dodge of Bohun as well. So we'll give you an Ancestor's Cloak. You're up to 35, and your max HP is sort of okay. Actually, I think a Camouflage Cloak might be overkill. What I might do instead is give you a Martyr Seal. Yep. And that's fine. Your damage is okay. Your prot is pretty weak. Oh, well, let's check HP. Yeah, give a Martyr Seal to Dismass. Not going to worry about any damage at all to... Yeah, sorry, any HP at all to Calder. What I will do, though, is drop a Sun Cloak and a Sun Ring, just to, again, max out his damage and protection just a little bit. Going to consider my options with Dismass. I would love to amp up your damage, and a Sun Ring is a great way to do that. And then finally, on the Arbalist, I will bring along the Ancestor's Lantern. Again, you've got a nice little Ancestor's kit there. Lots of stress on you, which is going to be something to be mindful of. But I can manage that, particularly given that I will have a better chance of surprise. Yeah, I'm satisfied with that. Corrosion's Charm actually may not be that super critical. I could put the Lantern on. No, I'm satisfied with that. Okay, so that's everything I'm going to do in this round, coming into about 35 minutes. And as you can see, this is how I play. I'll go through a party review, I'll choose upgrades, I'll amp things up. I'll quite often forget to put people into the survivalist camp, as I've just done, and realized I'm not going to waste any more of your guys' time. Things are going really, really well. Just need to level up a few more guys before I get brave enough to take on the Darkest Dungeon. Certainly, I'm going to have to do some exploration of the courtyard again to look out for the Countess. But yeah, the DLC has been great fun. The whole game is great fun. I really love playing Darkest Dungeon. But with that all said, it's time for me to sign off. My name is Ardzoom. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you're coming through late in the playthrough, check out the playlist I've just thrown up on the screen. You might like starting things from the beginning to see how we have arrived in this strange and misbegotten place. Don't mind if you want to leave me a comment at all, drop me a like, hit that subscribe button, do all the things, and if you're already a subscriber, thank you again so much for stopping by. I'll catch you all next time.